Alright, excellent.
Do you want to close that door?
You know what? That'd be a smart idea. Look at this. This is such a professional setup for just what we're doing.
It's almost like we're not imposters. To the unseeing eye, we know what we're doing.
Alright.
It actually took us 10 minutes to figure out.
Hello everybody, my name's Ninjabwa, the King of Bwas, and I'm here with my good buddy Tyler. Now, a long time ago, probably around, what year was this? 2018, on June the 2nd, we uploaded a video called Apocalypse, which was all his brainchild. So we're here going to react to it, and we've kind of completely forgotten how this story goes out.
Yeah, it's coming up on 3 years now, so it's been a good while since this was uploaded.
What was your first intake? Like when we uploaded this, how much do you think was going to actually get in views?
I really didn't expect it to be anything special. It's more of a trial video.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of see how easy it was to make, try out some different techniques and everything. So I was kind of curious to see how well it would do, but I'm actually, you know, fairly satisfied with what it's done, and overall it didn't turn out too bad at all.
Yeah, me personally, it's one of my favorites and also the one I hate the most. Mostly because of not what you did, but because of me, and we're gonna get into that later.
Everything's gone. Not only
You know, I know you told me to come up with something over the course of like, I think you gave me like 10 minutes. This is completely made up on the spot.
Really?
I didn't write anything up as I did this monologue. Right as you told me that you needed some kind of intro and exit monologue, and I came up with those on the spot. Like, I'm thinking of this as I'm speaking it. It was actually really hot that day too.
Yeah, it was.
As much as I loved the costume, it was excruciating.
I like the music. I don't even know what I used.
This is complete improv by Michael.
Yeah, it's
One of my favorite
complete.
parts.
It's how we lost David. He thought he could do it, and he choked himself to death on a cherry stem.
A cherry stem!
I think we might have more than, 3 people. Anyway, here's the barn I was telling you about. Should have enough supplies in it, enough wood, enough metal to fix the fortifications around the camp if you want.
Very cheap, cheap props and equipment.
Yeah. Well, what we had back then.
The last person I took with me scavenging.
Military surplus and airsoft.
Wasn't pretty.
Maybe like a $50 budget total for everyone.
All I can say is, if it's glowing, stay away from it. Okay, I want you to go inside and look around. Be careful though. It's old. Looks like it could fall any minute. I'm gonna check the perimeter.
It's old, looks like it fall in any minute. Go right on in, buddy. It's really funny because he's like, if it's glowing, stay away from it. And then he goes, by the way, this barn looks like it's about to fall any minute. So go right on in, good luck. I'm gonna go looking the other direction.
Yeah, which doesn't end up well for either one of them. But, you know.
No one else is coming or no wild animals are around, okay? Stay safe. Don't want to lose anyone else.
Don't want to lose anyone else. Go into the barn.
He says as he sends him into the most hazardous conditions. What's really funny is that I was hiding in plain sight where he could see me. It was just out of the camera.
Yeah, look.
I found some wood for the pit.
I actually really hit him right there too. He pulled me aside afterwards. He says that really hurt. Amazing.
Oh man, I love Michael. He's such a good actor.
This is unironically funny and suspenseful at the same time. This was a really cool shot. I forget whose idea this was, but
I think it was you actually.
I don't remember. It might have been Michael. You had to amplify my voice because the gas mask would muffle everything.
Yeah.
Because there are women and children counting on me to bring them home supplies. Fix the barrier.
He starts going country all of a sudden.
I've always noticed
Nothing
that.
or no one gets inside.
So you start to become more heartless.
To you and like you.
He just wants
They just want to live.
I love that part.
My favorite thing is that even though I did try to kind of display a little emotion in my voice, I didn't have to with my face, which made it a lot easier because it felt more impersonal. Because like I didn't know him, I didn't have to convey any kind of expressive emotion. I just had to speak, which made that a lot easier.
I didn't like that transition all that much. But I think the reason why we had to do that transition was because we missed the part. Like, you walked into the woods, and instead of filming, you know, the next scene right after that, we didn't.
Yeah.
So it was just going to be one quick cut, so I had to do that whole fade thing.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. If you don't plan out your shots, stuff like this happens.
A fun fact about this, none of this film was planned ahead of time. We had a general idea of what we wanted to do, but none of this was written ahead of time. This was all improv on the spot.
A lot of the films that we made in 2018 was just improv.
Which is what made all of them so much fun, is because we would just get out there and goof around, and then we would just hang out in costume, and when we think of an idea, we would film.
That is the third person who has died under my watch. When I get back, they'll have to exile me.
Third person that he's lost. Think about that.
Yeah.
He's lost 3 people. Do you think they would have learned by now? Ain't no wonder that he's lost 3 people. He's told one dude to walk into a barn that's about to collapse, and then when he dies, instead of running to his aid, he goes, "Hey, did you trip or something?" Yeah. I mean, no wonder he's lost 3 people. And that's what I think. I don't know if Michael intended to do that, or if he was just being Michael and didn't realize he was doing it. But I think that's hilarious for his character. Because as much as he feels like he seems like that guy that you would love to be with, but be like a terrible leader.
It'd be nice if you were willing to die, because you most likely would.
I'll just give them a favor.
Oh, man.
This sound.
The sound of his body dropping was so good.
That
Let's
was...
rewatch that. That's not fake. That's his actual physical body hitting the ground.
Yeah, that picked up fairly well. I was actually really happy with the way that sounded.
Yeah, me too.
There he is, big man himself.
Again, completely improv. I remember mentioning something about factions, and we wanted to come up with a whole storyline for this and make a part 2 eventually, and we just still haven't gotten around to that.
Would you be intimidated by this?
Well, I mean, you have a gun.
I'm not. I would not be. I'm trying too hard to be intimidating. I didn't even grow a beard in yet. Dude. I'm sorry. I love it how you go, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to kill him. You literally had a gun in the back of his head, threatened to kill him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I transitioned from that, if I'm being honest. Again, this was an experimental film, so we learned a lot from this.
Hey, we're the ones that are allowed to critique it, because we're the ones that made it.
This was shot in the middle of the day in June with an iPad and no script whatsoever, so we're lucky we got this much done, to be fair.
I'm wearing a skillet shirt. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you were in Apocalypse or whatever, you really didn't need, you know, really specific clothing. You just kind of had whatever you had on. But I'm supposed to be the big bad boss. I'm supposed to look like a big bad boss. And I just look like a prepubescent child.
I think if we'd focused more on costumes, this would have been much more realistic. But because we just kind of so cheap, we didn't really have any money to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to check the time.
I didn't have to.
I say as I almost did the same thing.
Yeah.
I even threatened women and children.
My friend, if you want to see an animal, let's go right now, and I'll show you.
Oh my goodness, stop acting. Can we just skip this part? Thank you, goodbye. I'm not tough in any way, shape, or form. Everything I just said was something like, honestly, I would have been surprised if you just, I'm over here talking a big game. All you had to do at that point, just punch me. And then take your gun that you had and clearly a bigger gun in your hand, and shoot me with it. That would have been it. I hate that. I'm sorry.
It's led up to the hand-to-hand combat scene, which was the only choreographed part of the entire film that turned out really well, actually. You took one for the team during the fight scene. We actually rehearsed that so much to where his wrist started to bruise.
Yeah.
So we actually had to tape it up and wrap it so it would just to cut him some slack, because we did it like maybe 20 times at least.
So you'll see one shot with my wrist being shown, and then when the fight actually happens, I'll have something covering up, because I was literally like bruising up. We both took in karate together, by the way, so we've known a few moves we could have done on each other, which I really wanted to flip you. I really wanted to grab you and flip you over, but like...
I think the throw is what we kind of settled for because the backpack was really hindering that. I think we did try that, if I recall, but
Yeah.
it was so heavy, it made it a lot more difficult.
My stance is stupid.
And I definitely made sure to get rid of that E-tool because I didn't want it to stab me.
All or nothing.
Shut up! See, this is another reason I hate this. Shut up, me! You talk way too much. I'm dying. And the reason why I had to talk over it, by the way, was because we missed another shot.
Yeah.
We could have made this scene flow really good, but again, me being the poor director that I was completely forgot.
Yeah, I think we did have a couple shots that were left out in the end is because they weren't good enough or they didn't flow right, so we just replaced them with stuff like that.
And I hate it because it's just duct taping the video together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But to be fair, at least we got it done.
Here's the fight scene.
We shouldn't have got it done, all things considered. This should not have even finished, but we did somehow.
Yeah. Alright, here comes the fight scene, though, that I'm actually pretty proud of.
Yeah, this was actually really nice.
Like, in every sense, your character should have beat the ever-living crap out of man. My character. I'm sorry, but I know we were trying to be intimidating for me, but I'm the least intimidating of this entire character. You're the only one that's actually intimidating.
I remember being thrown like 10 times. I remember volunteering for that so many times.
Oh, you were actually enjoying it. That's what the weird part was.
Yeah, it was actually really nice because I was like, I knew at least one or two of them would turn out perfect.
Now, I actually like this.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was holding the iPad on the ground for something to see how one of those shots would look, and then I remember I was like, hey, what about the next shot? We have like a first-person point of view. That way you don't actually have to swing at me or hit me with it, and it would just look about the same, hopefully, and it did. Well, that should have killed me, to be fair. That should have cut my throat open, but got my trusty gas mask with no ballistic protection.
See, some of these shots are actually not that bad.
We did this one like 4 times over, I remember that. That took forever to get right.
Me and my stupid I voted shirt. Oh, by the way, I didn't edit that. That blurry part.
Hello.
And it's...
Yeah, I remember.
That blurry part and then me going, hello, that's just me trying to get my camera to focus in. It just fit well, but it was completely by accident.
Yeah, I remember that. That was actually really funny because we had problems with it for, I think, the 3 shots before this, and then that last one, it actually turned out for the better.
Yeah.
So we were trying to get it to stop doing that completely, and then it fixed itself halfway through, which made it look even greater than.
Well, you can hear me. I want to let you know something. Not only did I break your pride, but shatter your will.
So much.
I did not break his pride or shatter his will. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
I'm so focused on all the junk in the background from this barn. This has been collecting stuff for maybe 50 years.
Shut up. I'm skipping over this. I'm sorry. I'm skipping over it.
Sleep. Night-night.
I really hit you a lot in this one.
Yeah, that punch looked pretty good. It transitioned pretty great. I'm not really sure why I had the idea to prop that on me like it fell on me. I actually broke that too, if you'll notice. Yeah,
there it is.
I don't think we ever needed that, so I hope not. Now this in shot that comes up was
How I'm gonna get there.
This was I think this was the first time we tried this with the eye hole.
Yeah.
Gas mask. I think this was the only time we tried this and it worked out.
And here's the thing,
Well
like,
enough.
I took your stuff, but I left you your axe for some reason.
Have to keep pushing.
And you dropped your gas mask, which I like that shot of the gas mask going in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But in Apocalypse, why would you get rid of the only thing protecting your face?
I wanted to have it. I wanted to throw it in there. It got broken or something during the fight, but I never thought of mentioning that.
Yeah.
I actually almost dropped that when I flipped it right there. If you notice, it slips out of my hand a little bit for a second.
A little bit of a twirl there.
And I go from a complete limp to just like walking normally.
It didn't hurt that bad. Yeah. I would love to add a redo this or make an Apocalypse 2.
I think it would be really fun to possibly remaster this in the future, just to completely reboot it.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, now that we've got more money and more costume possibilities.
And better equipment.
And more locations too. I think that would really, that might be a project we'll have to look into.
If we can get Michael and Ryan to come back and do it, definitely. We're definitely going to need to write a script and write exactly where we want to take it. and then because we had everything we needed. We had good people, we had good location. It was just it just was not planned.
The only thing
That's
that
what
we're
killed it.
lacking that we had then that we don't have now is time, which is probably one of the most important ones. Is because basically we took an entire day. We went out there, and we just goofed around with no intention of actually finishing it that day.
Oh yeah, but we just happened to do it.
But now the problem would be is that we'd actually have to finish it in one day, or it would be like another week or two before we got to go out there. And who's to say the weather would be the same? So there'd be a lot more of a stress on getting it finished as in the same time period that we accidentally finished it in.
Oh yeah.
Forget the end credit, the teaser for the part 2 that never actually came out.
Yeah. Because like what happened was Tom screwed us over. I thought this was only like a 6-minute film. It's actually almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was this long. It's been so long since I watched it. But
a Tyler film. This
link in description. Link in description to what? I think the YouTube channel that I never ended up posting it on.
Oh really? Weren't you gonna make a YouTube channel?
I think so, and I just never got. I kept procrastinating, and I never got around to it.
Oh, this is Tyler's first short film, so show him some love. Links in the description. Oh, okay.
I do need to make a YouTube channel and start posting more stuff.
Every like helps Tyler survive. Let's see if you survived. Actually,
the cover photo for this was actually really good. That took a while to.
11 likes out of 0. So like I think you had 11% chance of survival.
It's a pretty solid ratio.
So what? Okay, all in all, I don't think it's bad, but it could be better. It's a lot better.
It's unprofessional. The idea was there. The execution of it was just not what we wanted it to be. The overall product was. Oh, pretty much what you'd if you were there. This is the product you would expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're like 3 years ago. So yeah.
Are you interested in making? Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna ask you guys this, but I'm also gonna ask him. Would you rather remaster this, or would you rather make an Apocalypse Part 2?
I think it would do this justice to not necessarily reboot it, but to remaster it. I think that would do this justice because we have a lot more money and equipment and possibilities on our hand. There's a lot more opportunity for it.
Yeah.
So I think that it'd definitely be a project to look forward to in the future.
And the thing about it is that we had guns, but there was no gunfights.
Yeah.
We should have definitely done like a shootout.
This has a whole lot of possibilities. Like I said, a lot more opportunities now that we've kind of progressed into
what we are now.
A more professional not a professional, but a more professional.
I agree.
Stage.
Yeah.
But I think a reboot of this would be definitely something we should look into.
Yeah. So what do you guys think in the comments down below? Do you guys think it's actually good? Do you guys think that every criticism we've made is justified? Because we, as the creators, are the most harsh on our stuff. But if you watched, I don't know if you ever seen Batman 1999 react to it. Have you ever seen Batman 1999? Shut up. Shut up, me. But have you ever seen Batman 1999 actually?
Yeah, I believe I have seen that video.
He actually was, what I thought was so funny about it. My favorite reactions when I shoot him. Watch this.
I believe I remember this. Yeah.
Like that was, I mean, I can understand why you'd be surprised about that because that was kind of out of nowhere. Yeah. Really came out of left field.
But I think we should definitely get to a new script. Now, I mean, we've got better cameras now. We've got more locations, more costumes, more money, more.
Hold on a minute.
Just more to put into.
There has to. I can't remember where it's at, but.
Okay, this is getting interesting. What's going on? Is this like an apocalypse?
Nah! The name of the video is Apocalypse. And he goes, what is this? Some sort of an apocalypse?
To be fair,
I love you,
it doesn't
Preston.
look like one.
Yeah, to be fair, it don't look like one. It just looks like someone filmed it in their backyard, which we kind of did.
What happened, yeah.
Yeah. Which I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I think that I mean, I think it would be really cool to do it on like the 3-year anniversary of this one. If we could manage to get that done somehow, that would be amazing.
Well, if that's the case, then we need to be in the ready of making it in June, I believe, is when it was. Yeah, June 2nd. So we have a few months to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So like, maybe we can hook up with Michael, hook up with Ryan, and see if we can get it going again. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. And if you are a reoccurring subscriber and you've seen this video before already, tell us what you thought about it. Tell us what you didn't like about it, because both are very important opinions. Don't just tell us it sucks because we suck, because we already know that. So anyway, thank you guys again for watching. Tyler, you got anything you want to say?
No.
All right. Perfect.